Yo, what is up, everyone? Hope you guys are having a great day. It's crypto. We're going to look at what's going on with this market today. So, welcome, everyone. Great to have everybody here. I'm Coach K, and we're going to be looking at the market with a very level headed today because I've been seeing a lot of people calling markets too strong. Let's just keep a level head here, guys, okay? Because I'm going to tell you what this Apple stuff really means. Let's see who we got here. Never had Coach Live. Awesome, Mr. Wrecked. I hope you're not wrecked. I hope you're doing really well. And if you're not, you're going to be here so you will not get wrecked again. What's on? Vic, MT, Zoloff, Christine. Yes, it got you live for once. Coach, why is Earn so bad? Why are you not talking about it? I just talked about it yesterday, tweeted about it yesterday, tweeted about it the day before. Earn is a long-term blue chip NFT project. Even if the price drops now, I mean, come on. Do you really think all these major players, and you guys haven't even heard of any of the people that we really have yet, you know, you got to just understand that Earn is a different beast. It's just something you have to be patient for. Bitcoin about to break 38. I don't know about that, to be honest. Let's just take a look at what's going on. Okay, great. Polkadot projects got hit hard. Fantastic entry points. They will explode once parachains go live. Very good point. One thing I will say to you guys about Polkadot before I get into charts is this. Polkadot, the reason why a lot of their projects have tanked is because they have no utility yet. There is no parachains and there are no people really on Polkadot yet fully going and doing everything that they do. So because there was no actual use for the token, people started to dump them for other stuff. And so that's what happened. And remember, most of these projects on DOT will never get a parachain. It's just not going to happen. There's not enough KSM. There's not enough DOT to be locked up. So be really selective and not buy into the hype bubble, because that's what a lot of people have been doing. Okay, Earn stones, guys. In 2 days, you're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to get tons of value from them. I know it's been a long-term time getting everything ready, but look, it's only been out 3 months. Like, Eternity is still a brand new project. Gosh, give them some time to get their feet underneath them, get the right flow, figure out what the community wants. It's a big job to run a project, okay? Perp going to all-time high again. Oh, nice. Where's the shades? Oh, my bad. Sorry. Just been busy today, okay? I got ribs slow cooking on the smoker outside. It's been great. Mobify building that R3 core at the Polkadot bridge. Yes, they are. And Mobify, even though the price is super low, it's not a big deal. So yes, we have big bags of some stuff, but when the market dumps 50%, we kind of have to expect that some of our bags will turn into bags, okay? And that's okay. But let me jump into some charts because you guys are here to know what the hell's going on with this market. You're also here to know and see analytics that only you can find on this channel. So we're going to get into all that. What I'm going to do is, someone said my head was too big yesterday, so sorry about that. I'm going to head on this side. Maybe that'll be better when we're looking at charts this way. Okay, so here is what we're looking at. So yesterday I told you guys that 3 inside up patterns are generally very bullish for Bitcoin. That is true. I also said that we need to break out and get a little bit higher before we get comfortable. We just kind of tested the weekly open a few times on the daily so far. Nothing really that exciting. It's kind of running into resistance around 37.5. So Bitcoin right now on a daily chart still looks very much like yesterday. We should not be rushing into anything. We also see that our 12-hour is still rejecting off of that 21 EMA yet again. So it happened yesterday in our video. It happened again. And it keeps holding as a support the Tenkan. Now the Tenkan is expected to jump up. So maybe this will break above. But if it doesn't break above the 21 EMA, and actually doesn't break above this level, I wouldn't go in here because your risk to reward right now is about like 0.5 to 1 on the way back down. So right now, we're not going to really look to trade this unless we see an opportunity on the 4-hour. Now, as I told you guys from way back here, when I said that this is the short, was this. Said we have to watch and see if this cloud will hold. And this is what's happening. The Kumo bottom is holding, and every time it runs into it, it acts as resistance, so it pushes it back down. My personal opinion about where the market will go next is it's going to do something very much along the lines of this. You're going to see us come back down here and pap. And then if this cloud gets flat on the top and the bottom, I think eventually sometime in June will pop into the cloud. The green will cross above the red. We'll have a bullish TK cross. The candles will be higher, so the Chiku span will kind of pop up over here, and then we'll have a nice edge-to-edge trade for Bitcoin. So that's what I'm looking for, and I'm going to be very patient on the Bitcoin market right now because it's very easy to get sucked in and, you know, get into bad trades right now because you're just trying to overtrade to compensate for the misses that you had before. Don't do those things. We're also seeing something else. As this turns into resistance on the daily, we have a hangman at resistance right now. So I'm really waiting to see how does this play out, because if that turns into a hangman at this level of resistance, very likely this will come back down. So we have to be very careful today. And our volumes, as we saw, were prices going up, but our volume is going down. Let me take on some questions. And guys, don't forget that you can always let me know what you would like by throwing them in the comments. So let me just get a couple of these, as I see a lot of questions here. Great stuff, guys. Keep the questions popping in. What do you think Polkacipher will do? Honestly, I know the guys behind Polkacipher and and Launchpad projects have generally done decently. But yeah, it's one of those times where we're a little bit uncertain. But most of the projects have actually given people at least their initial out from the TGE, which is still a very good sign. Okay, a very good sign. All right, Misdirect. What do you think? Oh, no. The Magic Shades. Good stuff, man. Apartment or living villa? I live in a Muban in Thailand. So we have our own house, our own yard, all that kind of stuff. Coach called the drop. He will call the pump. I will call the pump when it comes. It's just not ready yet. And I'm not going to push this. Watching in the US, love the straightforward analysis, all bullshit. Honestly, guys, you need to stop listening to everyone filling you up with hopium. Okay? Trade the market as it is, because I get a lot of heat. Actually, my ratings have gone down, and I don't really care because I tell people the way it is, and no one wants to hear that the market's bearish when they're in bags and they have them, and they're like, oh, but what about the market? If you believe in projects you invested into, if the market's bearish, they'll come back. We've seen this happen many times. Look at Aave. Went from 25 sats to like 300-400x from the bottom of the last bull market. So we don't have to be super one side or the other. We just look at the chart and we just play the levels. And what we're seeing on the chart, a 21 hooking down, we have this is just saying basically like it saw this happen, so it's predicting that will happen. More likely it will go flat, but we'll see this C clamp will push into that, but that's going to take some time, and that's what we need. We need time. That's why I've been saying it's going to take a few weeks. It's okay. It should take a few weeks. We're seeing that 21 EMA acting as resistance, 3 inside down. Now it's coming back down lower. Do we see alts coming up a little bit more? We do. Do we have the ETH chart is busted? Bearish TK cross underneath. We cross into the cloud. If this closes in the cloud, that's not good. If we can get a nice pump off the cloud, and instead of it doing what Bitcoin I'm thinking is doing, and it kind of climbs the cloud, that would be a very bullish sign for me. I don't expect it to happen. I actually think it will probably go through the cloud, outside on this side of the cloud, and then come back popping up. All right. She's a pretty big mover. Well, I missed that. Coach, going live. Watch US. You're welcome, Chia Dog. What is this? Your show is awesome. Thank you very much for being here. My thoughts on Theta. Thank you, Crypto Angels, for the donation. We will use that for some type of giveaway on the show at some point. All your donations will go back to you guys because I love you all so much. And I'm not here for your money. I'm here to help you guys learn and educate yourselves. And here's where Theta's at, okay? Yesterday, I wasn't so sure. I thought, it kind of looked okay. I told you guys this, that we had a nice bounce off this 200-day EMA. We had a 3 inside up off that EMA, and we started going higher. But here's why I didn't enter that trade. Because what I can see here is that the 21 EMA yesterday rejected. And today it's doing a shooting star as of right now off of this EMA, which is a bearish sign, which means we could come back down. We also see that because of this huge candle, that this is saying maybe we'd come back lower. So what we're looking for now in this trade is for us to be nice and patient, wait for a candle to close above this 21 EMA. And then when it retests this EMA right there, that's where we're going to enter. We're going to enter that trade with a stop loss below this level, which is the daily open. So we're going to put it down here at around $7. And we're going to aim towards 864, the bottom of the cloud. Now, the question is, when we make that trade setup before we even go in, is that a good position to be in? So let's have a quick look. You might find out that that might not be the best play. So here we're there and we're aiming for here. What do you guys think? Is this a good play? Don't go into that one. Not a good one. So you're more likely to not enter this trade. If you entered yesterday, you'd be good, because if you entered yesterday when you saw that it broke out a bit, that would have been a breakout trade. None of you would have probably taken that, though. I wouldn't have, but that would have been a good trade. Right now, theta is in a no trade zone for me. Let's take a 4-hour look and have a good see. Theta was a good trade right around when it entered the cloud over here. That would have been where you should have entered if you're looking at the 4-hour. And where you're looking at taking profit if you are in theta is actually right here. This already tapped this top of the cloud, right? So I usually look for the tops to take profit. So I would be taking profit here and taking profit right here. And what do we see right there? We see that 200 EMA at the top. So we usually would see this come up and slam in here, reject, usually come back to the Tenkin, which is pretty far away, so maybe not that far, and then break back up. So that's what we're looking for theta. That's the whole analysis. I wouldn't be entering here because it's just not the right time to enter. You'd be entering with a high risk, low reward. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. Yesterday could have been a good time, but again, I'm playing it very slow, guys. I am no rush at all, zero rush to go and rush into any of these projects. And the reason why I'm like that is because being a patient trader will save you more money than being someone who's always in a trade. The worst thing you could ever do, by the way. So here's what I'm seeing there. You want to see a good opportunity. Hathor came right down, and I had this level drawn in this chart from way back in February, maybe even in January. And I drew this level because I saw that we were in this range and we needed to break out. And that breakout of that range never retested until here. Now it's retested twice and reversed and gone back up. We are going to potentially run into some trouble, but not yet. I don't think this is actually a level, to be honest, because it kind of could be an SR level, but it's not a strong one by far. If we see this, and here's a good play, what I'd be looking for to enter on this trade would be that we got above that 21 EMA. We retest the 21 EMA like this, retest it, and then I'd enter right there. Okay, that is where you'd be entering. So somewhere around here. Your stop loss, where would you put it? Well, you see your levels right there that acted as support. So maybe we'll just go a little bit low, have a nice buffer there. And then where I'll be aiming, I see that this is probably the level that it's going to come to, either 1 or 2. So we're going to look at, okay, I'll take profit at 1.82R, but I'm actually going to take my profit if I'm leaving it to go to full at 3.26. This is a good trade to take if you set it up now. Watch for it. Set an alert right here at that level at 60 cents, and then set the alert to tell you twice when it hits 60 cents and goes above, when it closes, and then when it goes back to it. That's where you're going to enter. Okay. Link is mostly staying still now. When is it going to break up? I mean, no one knows that for sure. Like, the problem with you guys, with anyone who just asks these guys who are influencers, we don't know. We don't know for sure. Okay. We look at the TA and we make predictions based off of that. TA tells me right now that Link is going to reject and go lower. It's probably going to break to the outside of the cloud and at least come back down to the weekly open, maybe just a little bit above. So I think that Link potentially is not a good buy here. Don't really like it on the daily. Let's check it on the 4-hour. 4-hour, similar things. If you are going to get into Link, it would have been, see this TK cross right on this candlestick. Your stop loss would have been here, so you wouldn't have got knocked out, and you'd be going up. Right now, you'd be waiting for this trade. The next trade you'd be looking for is for us to break out of the cloud, a Kumo breakout, and retest it. And very likely, it will retest it down this level because it does that a lot. Okay, so it would come out, break out, come back down, and then go higher. Something along those lines I'd be expecting for Link on the 4-hour, which would happen before the daily chart. So that's why we look at that primary, secondary. Primary shows bearish, but this could be a potential bullish secondary trade. All right, let me get some questions, guys. Throw them in the comments. I'm going to also talk about Apple Pay, and I'm going to go over our data analytics today as well. So give me a second to get to that, and we're going to smash it. Launch pools on KuCoin. Awesome. I didn't know that, but I have a bunch of launch pool, and hopefully that pushes it back up because it has had a really rough go ever since it hit its top. Doesn't mean that it won't come back. And remember, funds are backing this, so their reputation is on the line, and I don't think they're going to do something like that. UDO, VET, all in. I love VET. I love UDO, but UDO is probably a longer-term project. It won't happen overnight. AVAX. Guys, this is one of those like ecosystem plays that I'm not even like concerned about, to be really truly transparent with you all. I swapped out my my BNB way up here. Yep, way up here, and it dropped down, and I bought some more way down here, and now I'm obviously at a small loss, and I'm okay with that because AVX is not a small project. Do you think that it's going to be at 38 bucks again? I sure do. I'm not even worried about it. I didn't buy enough that it would even affect me that much. So my normal risk is in there. If this goes bad, I'm not really too concerned. And honestly, with the stuff that is being built and developed on AVAX, and ADA, but AVX specifically, I would not be concerned. We also have ADA. Well, hell of a trade right here, guys. This is actually where you should be entering, by the way. Yes, this is an actual live trade if you want to take it. I'm going to take this trade right now, literally right now. I'm going to take this trade. My stop's going to be below this former low of this candle, of this cloud. Where are we going to aim for here, though, is the question. I'm going to be aiming for probably right around here, this high over there. Let's just have a quick look at the past. This is a fib level of 1618. Let's just delete that and look at levels, specific levels. So we have a level right here, which we'd be aiming for. But is it a good trade? The question, right? Because that's always the question. Will that be a good trade? Well, should we be going down to the bottom of the cloud on an edge to edge? Yes. Should we be going to a bottom of the cloud on a Kijin, or sorry, on a Kumo retest? No. What we're looking for here is if this breaks below the 21 EMA, so we're going to put it just a little bit below. If it breaks there, we don't want to be in this trade anyways. So that trade would end right as we get below this level. If we break that far down into the cloud again, probably not going to be a good trade anyways. So it'll invalidate itself. But here's a decent trade. It's only 2.57, so it's not in my 3R trade level, but a 2.57 R trade is still a good trade. So I'm going to take this trade. This is a trade I'm live going to take right now. So that's what I'm about to do right this second as I'm talking to you. So that is what I'm going to do. You do whatever you want. This is not financial advice. This is what I'm about to do. Can you please check Cum Rockets? Honestly, I don't look at those types of projects because they're just too, yeah, they're just, how do I say it? Sorry, Rune, not Thorchain. They're just not my kind of thing. Okay, I'll put it that way. All right, Rune, Thorchain, 4 hour, not looking very good. Daily doesn't also look very good. I'd be waiting for this. I'd be waiting for actually, you see where it came down and tested over here? I'd be waiting for it to test that down again. It would not surprise me because Thorchain is so expensive at this point that it would come down and retest and then start going back up. So honestly, like I said to you earlier today, I would be setting resting buy orders like at $7.50, $8, and then having at $6. Why? Because if it goes down and hits, it's probably going to be fast like this one, and you're not going to get those that opportunity might not be there for very long. That's how you trade those types of opportunities. When you have, you know, if you're sitting in a lot of USDT, why are you not putting dip buy orders on a bunch of the projects you really like so that you can get them? Because they happen very often when the market's unsettled. So that's something to keep in mind. It's a great way to make profit and very easy way to make profit. Let me just show you something real quick. So we'll go back to our data. So what happened yesterday? Yesterday was a weird day. Why? Because we haven't seen 1 to 2 year holders buying from 2 year hold hands. Have you look at this whole chart? Not once did that happen. We had like 2+ year at one point buy from the 1 to 2 year people, but we really didn't have that huge difference other than on this date, which was pretty much near the top. So what does that signify is the question. What is this, the 1 to 2 year holders buying from basically the OGs? It tells us that's a healthy change of hands. It means that the people that really believe in the market, who've been here for a while, still believe that this market is going to do well. That's a good thing. That's something that we want. That's something that we need. Coach, what is the cloud? The cloud is the Ichimoku indicator. I actually, in our club token, which is coming, we are already developing the website, the token, etc. That will have my 2 trading courses, which teach you about the Ichimoku, price action trading, all of the most important things that you need, and then some, and also live webinars. So that's coming if you guys are waiting and don't really know. I got wrecked one time trading the 1 minute chart. Yeah, you can't trade 1 minute charts. Trade 5, like trade 1 hour, 4 oh, sorry, not 1 hour, 1 day and 4 hour. That's what I use. Simple and easy to trade. All right. EGLD Neo. She said she cried after getting rugged twice in a day by project named Safe Moon and some others. Oh, I don't know who you're talking about, but that's funny. Can you do more videos? Of course I can do more videos. I'll be doing them Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, either at 12 o'clock Bangkok time, GMT +7, or around this time. So you'll see me 3 days a week live, and twice a week we'll be doing recorded videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That may change here and there, but for the most part, that's what you can expect. Okay. If you like Rune, do I like Shift Chain? I am in Rune and Shift Chain, so I like both of them absolutely. Thoughts on Matrix Swap? Well, Roman, I am an advisor to Matrix Swap. I did build the tokenomics with Joseph, the CEO, and I really like this project, and they're launching on cards, and their Cardano / Polkadot. I love it. I love all of it. It's great stuff. Oh yeah, the creator of Come Rocket. Yeah, you know, I can't talk about that stuff here seriously, because that is the reason why we are where we're at, because people are buying these things. And honestly, like, we can make money in Dodge today. I don't really want to talk about that either. Like, we can do all of this stuff. We can look at all of these things. But what do we really what really is the big picture? That Bitcoin is the one that will move the rest of the market. We've seen that, and we see what's going on with dog coins and stuff, but that is why this type of dump happened. I'm blaming that. I'm telling you, fund managers I know wanted it to happen too. It wouldn't surprise me in the least that very large players that have a lot of crypto conspired to create that crash, to wreck people, to stop making them buy crap coins. And it didn't work. And it didn't work. How do we know? Let's go have a quick look. Direwolf, Kishu, Coach Shu, Shookies, E-Coach, Foxy, Keanu Coach. So it's so ridiculous, right? So that's what I'm trying to get at, right? Now, let's look at this metric. Remember, 95 is the amount of people that created wallets that are new. When 95% of the wallets have been made in the last year, we hit top. We are at 89%. We have new wallets being created daily that started to tick back up for 2 days in a row, which is a very promising sign, because we really didn't have that other than on the first big dump. And so I'm seeing that. I'm going, okay, that's a little bit of positive, but it's kind of at a level of resistance technically. But those new wallets that created didn't buy. They were more selling than buying. So we still see that. And then when we look at the last piece of the puzzle that War found out, is this. It's that people took profit, people took losses, and now we're seeing that sideways movement where taking profit, taking loss, taking profit, taking loss, taking loss, taking loss, taking profit, taking loss, taking profit. So we're doing this thing where we're flip-flopping. This is an accumulation pattern, and you can clearly see based off of the wallets buying and selling, based off of who is selling at a loss and who is selling at a gain, etc. All right. Questions. I want to see your questions. Okay, ADA, it stays above 150. ADA is an absolute beast. And anyone that doubted them, now they have their test net. You can go use. You can go use it right now. Go ahead. Go use it. Oh, baby. ADA. I showed you guys this yesterday. I was on the live feed and I said, wait for the retest. This is a trade right now. Go into this trade. Oh, wait, this is the one I just showed you. Never mind. Brain fart. Go into this trade. This is the one I'm going into for sure. BNB, another one. Bullish TK cross. Chiku span is bullish. The chances of this actually going higher are very good. But we're in at the wrong time, which is unfortunate because it's not going to give us a good risk to reward ratio to go into that trade. And if we do push this too high, we'll end up getting knocked out if it comes back down to retest. So we can't go into that trade, unfortunately, in Binance. But yesterday, had we waited and gone in exactly when this, actually today, had we waited for this 4 hour to close, we could have entered right here with a stop loss below the 21 EMA. And the one thing about this type of a trade, when you have the cloud and it slopes down, there is a risk that it comes down to the bottom of the cloud. So this is more of a high risk trade. Don't take this one. It's not a good one that I would be taking right now just because of the way the market looks. Okay. KSM. Oh, beautiful KSM. She looks gorgeous. Okay. Breaking the 200 EMA, retesting the 200 EMA. What we're going to look for right now, every one of you should be looking for this trade. You see how flat this Kumo top is? That is what people would call sex. Okay, this is going to break out. When it breaks out, wait for it to close, make sure the body of the candle's outside, and buy the retest, and then go towards our next major level, which is basically right here, the 618. Look at this beautiful trade this setup is. Okay, we got to be patient. It's not 4 hours. We might have to wait a whole day for this to happen, but that's okay. Wait for the day to happen. Put your stop loss loose on this because our gain is quite long, and we can always move our stop loss. So here we're looking for that 618, or the 0618 level, right? So we're looking for that. Now, this is a 3.59R trade. Now, if this comes up, bounces, starts going higher, we could just move this up a little bit above, and slowly move it up, which increases the R of the trade. But the same amount of money is going in the trade. If you stop out, you lose a little bit less as you move that, right? But here's a great trade setup. If you are not in Kusama looking at this trade, I don't know what you're looking at, because that's on the secondary chart. What's our primary chart showing? Our primary also is showing quite bullishness. We broke out of the cloud. We have to wait to see if it closes out here. If it closes out this cloud, that's a Kumo breakout. So we have this trade set up on 2 different accounts. We have parachains coming. We have DOT. Man, it's beautiful. Okay, let me get some questions here. Thought on matrix swap. Okay. I spent a year looking at crypto and studying before I even bought anything. So that tells you something. Yeah, it means that you were smart to actually do your research. Awesome. Andrew. Yo, boss, have you lost weight? Started keto? Dude, I don't know what happened, but I lost like 9-10 kilos. Like 20-25 pounds. No idea what the hell happened. Theta is 28 days to remain at 3.0. That's a good fundamental perspective there. That might be also why it's pushing harder. And that's a great piece to add to TA when the TA is showing you that it's ready. Parachain auction is going to be moon rocket period probably. I would assume so. I also think that'll be great for DOT projects because people will finally see anyone using them, which is important. That's good stuff. All right. What's up, coach? First time in the live for you. Thanks for doing it. No problem, man. I just try to find a good time for me today, to be honest. Before Mina listed, the price was around $70, $80. Now it's $3. Trying to understand why. It all comes down to how they add liquidity. And if there's not a lot of tokens there to buy, the price goes up really fast the first few buys, right? And then it's like on Uniswap, the same thing happens. When they add all the liquidity, the bots instantly buy it super cheap because all the liquidity is there. The price is already set at like the private sale price, and they buy it all up and the price moves. Same thing happens on the exchanges. Coach, do you set up your stop loss directly on the exchange? Yes, of course. Absolutely, man. So first you let the trade hit. So you have to make sure that your limit order goes in, unless you use a bot trading system. Then you can do that also. So 3 commas is a great idea if you don't know how to do it, which lets you put in stop losses, take profits, and your entries all at the same time. CCAI actually has that. The new exchange from Solana, they actually have those different types of orders like 3 commas, which is really, really cool. But yeah, Mina got smashed, but it still was like hundreds of X's for most people. And you have to understand that before you enter in some of these really hyped projects. That people, what did they buy them for? Because if you know people bought something at 100x cheaper and you go and you buy it, it's a hard chance that you're going to get a couple X, maybe. It's already gone up so much. Let's look at Solana. Everyone's screaming Solana. Solana is showing me very similar things to what I saw over there. Not a bearish TK cross, technically kind of at a parity here. So it's at an indecision point. I'd be waiting a little bit on that chart. Let's look at the secondary. Secondary, same thing. It's still quite indecisive of where it really wants to go. And this, when you see this on a cloud, guys, I don't know if you trade with the cloud, but when I see this on a cloud, I don't go in. Because the likelihood that it goes like this, bing, bang, boom, boom, bang, bing, bong, boom, and then goes in is much more likely than for it to just go straight in and out and bounce. So that's something also to take in consideration if you don't trade the cloud. But I'm just being patient. Patience. I know a lot of traders are like, look at all these trades. You can make a bunch of money. I am very balanced. You know this. And I would rather be sure. I gave you 2 sure calls. I gave you ADA. That one's pretty on point. How does Dot look today? Dot's got that same kind of like a mountain in front of it. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. And we also ran into this 200 EMA so far once, twice. This is the 3rd time. If it breaks it, that will be bullish if it gets to the other side. But until that, nothing really too bullish about Dot here. It's not got a horrible chart. It's just not looking bullish yet. It needs to break in, out, and then I'll be more bullish on Dot again. Check Dot on BitHum. BitHum doesn't have any real liquidity, which is why I don't use it. They announced a chain on FTX. They're heavily invested in Solana, which is different from their own FTX. That's true. Have you tried CoinPanel to set your trades? I haven't used CoinPanel because I am an algorithmic trader. So I have a whole trading system, proprietary. We trade for hedge funds. Like, guys, a lot of the people you see on YouTube and on Twitter and all this stuff, they don't trade a lot of capital and they don't trade for other people. So they don't know what it's like to have pressure or all those things. The one thing I can tell you is I do this professionally. I own a company. We trade multi-millions of dollars under management, and we do this for a living. I'm not the same as a lot of the other people out there. I'm not trying to separate myself or say I'm better. I just know how to look at this market at a very balanced way where I don't get too high and I don't get too low, unless I'm joking, obviously. I think that it's really important for all of you guys to notice when you're a little too high or when you're a little too low. Take a step away from the PC and go spend some time with your family, your kids. Go do something fun. And then come back when you're more level. Because if you don't know the level-headedness that you need to have as a trader, whether you're a new trader or not, you must be very cognizant of yourself and how you react and how you're feeling. Best traders I know exactly how they feel when they're down, when they're up, and to get the hell away from the screen, or when they're trading on tilt because they made a big loss and they're trying to make it up and they're revenge trading. You need to know these things because those are usually where you lose the most money. All right, I'm going to go through a couple things here really quick. Number 1, we have the crypto.com credit card. Why is this important? Well, what happened today? And my slide for some reason got deleted, which is quite annoying. So let me just get that back up so I can show you what I was about to talk about. But basically, we all know Coinbase and Apple Pay have crypto now, right? And my slide just disappeared. So let me just bring this back up again to show you why I'm talking about crypto.com. So Coinbase debit card now works with Apple Pay. Really important stuff, right? Wrong. Why is it wrong? Because you could already use Visa. You could already spend crypto with several other options. So yes, Apple Pay does open up 34 million users in the United States to be able to spend their crypto. That's big. That's very helpful. But there are so many competitors. And this does not make it different and does not give us a huge bullish narrative. It just gives us another use case. We have PayPal, we have Visa and MasterCard and BlockFi and all the new banks that are coming out. And now we'll be able to use our Visa card or our Coinbase Visa debit card with Apple Pay and Google Pay. This is big. This is good. But we already could spend our crypto. And that's something just to keep in mind. It's not as big as people are going to make it seem. And it's important that I point this out to you because I find that a lot of people make things in crypto that aren't that big, much bigger. This is not something big. This is just normal, everyday shenanigans, okay? And we're going to look at Yield.app. So I told you guys Yield.app is made for the bear market. So let's look at my account and see how it's been doing. So I'm going to go to my portfolio. I'm going to see how much have I earned and what am I holding. So I've earned a bunch of ETH. I started, I think, with 76 ETH. I'm at 78, almost 79 now. Have some USDT, USDC in there, and some YLD. My USDC and USDT earnings are about to go a lot higher because I'm about to add a bunch of USDT and USDC because it's just sitting right now. And until I'm ready to start spending heavily, I'm going to just put it here and earn some capital on it. I'll put it in Anchor protocol, put it some in Yield like I have. And there's other protocols you can use too. So look for these opportunities because this makes me money. 30 days, $3,000, even with ETH coming down, I made $3,358 just leaving my stuff in Yield.app. It's a great way for you guys to earn when the market is down. It just makes you money every day. And you'll see them every day. Rewards. Boom, 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 boom. All the way down. So it's great. I think that's really important and really a good thing to happen. FXF is absolutely fantastic. So fantastic that I invested $2 million into their equity today. Yes, that actually happened. I invested $2 million in the FXF equity because I believe in this project so much that I was willing to take $2 million fresh dollars out of my pocket and put it in. That is putting your money where your mouth is. Becoming a shareholder, being a top 10 holder of a coin, that should tell you a lot about who is a talker and who is a walker. And honestly, guys, ERN, I probably have more than all of you combined. Probably. I have way more. And I didn't sell it. I didn't sell on you guys. No way. So that's what it's all about. All right, dude, thank you. Your emotions and psychological effect on trading got wrecked coming in, knowing I was going to... Yeah, you know what? You get wrecked, but the thing that's beautiful about when you get wrecked is you learn from that. It's education. You went to school and you had to get wrecked learning how to, do an exam and stuff, but you end up getting through it and then you're done. And honestly, there is not much out there. It really isn't. So let's see what we got here. Loving Wildy. I love Wildy because it just makes your life easy and you earn by doing nothing. They do it for you. Unless Elon tweets, of course, then you get in. Good point. Coach, do you think BTC will visit the $20,000 levels? Well, I told you there's possibilities of that happening, and really comes down to what happens on the chart, on this daily chart. What happens? We're more likely to come and retest this level first at 30,000. But if we lose 30,000, I mean, 22 and 20, really the levels that's strongest is right here. And that's all the way down at 17.5. Do I see that happening? No, but it's definitely something that possibly could happen. That's the truth. Let's vet. Okay, so the vet chart has looked really well, like really, really good for quite some time, to be honest. This is pretty much way down here where it retested former resistance and flipped and did an SR flip and retested what level is this, like 9 cents, no, 1 cent basically. So that was the time. Then when we look at, so here you would have got whipped out if you were in the trade, because that's what I was expecting us to come down, retest, and we never got above it. So we retest and this one ended up stopping out, and then we had that dump and then we started going, and then it never really stopped. And I love the okay, so when you use the Ichimoku, guys, you learn that the Kijinsen is like king. Okay, what you'll learn about this is that if we have a bull market, it bounces off of it and just keeps going. And that's what we kept seeing. It never broke the Kijinsen. It keep bouncing. But then we broke the Kijinsen here and we retested bearishly. We would be short right there. And if you had been short and caught that, it's a 70% down move. Likely you would have looked at this as your first take profit on the 100 EMA. At about 35, and you would have taken a second profit down here. So now it's doing something similar to what you're seeing with Binance, where the 200 EMA on a lot of the coins are kind of holding. You had a 3 inside up, but you have this resistance here, this dynamic resistance of the Tenkin and this 21 EMA. If we break above, that's bullish. I just don't know if we'll get there. ETH BTC. All right, let's get it done. Love you. Okay, so yesterday I said and alluded to that this could be a breakout retest. Where I was talking about, just to kind of bring this in, was this level right here. Right here. Okay, so let's go back. So what do we see here? We see that we're trying to break this level, right? And it's kind of a hangman at resistance followed by what could be another hangman at resistance. That's not good. let's look at this on a lower time frame. On a 4 hours, get a different picture. Oh, what a beautiful trade this would have been. Oof, missed this one, guys. Sorry about that. Wish you told me about that 2 days ago. Kumo breakout, retest, entering on the retest. This is what I just showed you guys if you've been still watching. The Kumo broke out, the Kumo retest. Enter on the retest going towards this level. Now it's been rejecting that level. We've already taken some profit and we would have moved our stop to just a little bit below this low and we would have been stop in profit now. And that's how you'd be playing VET. What we'd be looking for next if we want to get in is a move above this level, a retest of that level. And like I said, always keep it simple. It's about right around here where you see there's a lot of resistance about there on this level. Okay, so we'd be looking for that type of a trade. That's VET. Next one up, let's see if anyone has questions. Have I looked into AVX? Yes, I looked into AVX so much that I put 100 BNB and swapped it for AVAX. So definitely looked into AVX, big bullishness of that. If you look on my videos, I talked about how AVX and Sol will probably be the AVAX and Sol summer. So let's see how that plays out. BTC will never go back unless history does not repeat itself. That's true. Randy, that's actually true. Bitcoin could potentially touch that all-time high again, but it's not very likely. It's just not very likely at all. EGLD. Oh, I think I have that here. Give me one sec here. EGLD. Ooh, interesting looking chart here. So EGLD is looking like it wants to recover. Again, like every single chart looks exactly the same. It's so insane. It really is. Like, to me, this is insane. We hold this 200 EMA, it could start pushing higher, but we still have these guys hooking really far down. See if they've leveled. They leveled off on the 4 hour. And honestly, I think we'll probably do one of these, and then we'll come and pop in. I don't think it's just going to pop straight in. We have a bearish TK cross. It's pending right now with this this red crossing above the green, which would be negative, not a good thing. Questions. So if BTC goes down, you make more ETH. It seems like a win-win. Yep, basically the next problem for my family friend is not Apple failure. It's not into Quant. QNT is a great project. I don't know who is actually charting this. KuCoin. Wow, it's 46 bucks, man. That's when I bought Quant. I'm not even going to tell you because it's going to make some of you upset. But when I bought Quant, it was way cheaper. It doesn't have enough. Well, let me find another chart that has a little bit more data on it. It's just too new. Yeah, I was buying Quant way down here when everyone was talking about it. So this is one of those projects that it seemed like no one ever talks about. But have you realized that this thing has done like a 300x? Most people didn't seem to notice that. And like this is from August, September 2019. This mooned through the bear market, just like Link did. And there was one other one, Unibright, but that never came back so far. I haven't heard much of that at all. Here we're seeing Quant. It's in like a nice like holding pattern right now. It's not really going up, not really going down, but this is Bittrex, and there may not be just not enough volume for this to really give me a clean, accurate assessment. Because you see all these wicks, these long wicks. That's just because there's just not a lot of volume on the exchange, very likely. It's hard for me to make a decision off of that. Thanks, Coach. Follow you from Banter. Link. Nice, man. Link's doing great, Harry. Showed you this from... I'll show you guys this again. So, Harry wants to see Link. Link is like in that same holding pattern we talked about, right? It's just not ready yet. It's close. Link could be closer soon, but not yet. I wouldn't be entering in Link yet. Just too much. This is all resistance right here. All of it. All three of them. You have a 100 EMA, a 21 EMA, and a Kijin is more likely to come down. Wait for it to come down. And if it does come down, it could potentially test not this low, but at least this one down at $19. So watch for those. And remember, what I'm saying is, if you have money that you're not in on trades and it's sitting in USDT, why not go and put those trades in right now at like $22, for example. And then if it rejects and goes down, it goes to 22 and you get filled and it goes back up. It's great. This is how I made my KSM trade at 280. Just set it up and leave it. And if it hits, you'll be like, oh crap, that's awesome. That's the best way to do it. Trading USDT shitcoin, as Rand says. This is true, but hey, USDT I can turn into more Bitcoin. And USDT, just so you guys know, has way more volume than BTC pairs by like eons. And I'm telling you that from trading millions of dollars. Way more. You can't really trade unless you're on BitMEX, Bitcoin only pairs for more Bitcoin. And even when you do that, why would you do that? I just don't see the point. I don't see the point. Like, I rather trade USDT pairs and then buy more Bitcoin than try to trade Bitcoin pairs when Bitcoin's volatile and all over the place. It's just easier for me. I sometimes do BTC pairs, but I've slowly over time gone way away from them and gone much more into trading USDT. And that's just because it's easier to calculate. Bitcoin goes up and down, so you don't even know if you're making money on some of those trades. But if you're trying to make more Bitcoin, it's great. But money, until we can just spend Bitcoin easily, we need it. So we have to be realistic about that. Okay, you guys want some XRP? I did say a couple weeks back it looked okay. At around like 70 cents or so. Now what are we looking at? Hey, it came into the zone. Came into that zone again. We didn't reject this though. So we see how I said yesterday we might reject this and then we'd come down, have a nice tight stop. It never rejected. So trades that we set up that do not reject, we do not go in. Okay? Because BNB was another one that I showed you and we didn't go into that trade either. Right? I think it was on the 4 hour. I showed you guys a trade yesterday, a trade setup. We didn't go into that one either. Maybe it wasn't BNB. Anyways, let's have a quick look at Strax. Got hit pretty hard by the dump. But, I mean, from when we were looking at it at 40 cents, we're still doing quite nicely. Strax Cloud is still sloping down. We're going to wait for probably about a week to get into Strax again. But I am going to get into Strax. They have a lot of development they've been doing for 4 years. This is something that, I respect. And I think that they're going to be definitely having well, not definitely, but I think that, we're going to watch this from like the 4 hour and see how it leveled off and then go down the 1 hour and see how it's slowly starting an uptrend. Not really though. So again, patience. Always be patient. And you know who gave me another like check mark yesterday? Who do you guys respect as traders? I really respect Crypto Cred. And even in his letter that he sends out, he even apologized yesterday because they didn't have any trade setups because there was nothing really to trade. And I knew right then that everything I'm telling you guys is just confirmed again because I respect those guys as traders. And so that's all I'm telling you is we don't have to be in a trade here. I asked the fees are insane. Which one's fees? Fees on what? On Uniswap? Uniswap is expensive. Uniswap is for people that are trading large amounts of money. If you're not trading large amounts of money, go on a CDX. You don't have to pay any fees. It's much better. Or you pay fees, but you don't even notice them. They're so minuscule. You're never going to pay a $50 fee on anything else. Coach, the game is to get more sats, no more fiat. Coach, what are you teaching? Randy, I'm teaching people that have money. If they have a lot, they can't trade BTC pairs. I'll tell you that right now. Because if you are trading BTC pairs, you don't have the liquidity to actually put large amounts of money into those trades. And what will end up happening is you get slippage and you get wrecked. USDT, on the other hand, has about 10 times the amount of liquidity. So I can trade it, make profit, and buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, DOT, any of the other coins that I like much easier. And honestly, I used to be like that, Randy. I used to be like, you know what? It's all about getting more sats. It is. But the path to getting more sats is not defined. That doesn't matter. So whichever way you get it, do it. What's the cloud indicator? It's called the Ichimoku. Okay, so the Ichimoku cloud. You will need to change your settings on the Ichimoku cloud to 20, 60, 120, and 30 because the Ichimoku cloud normally looks like this. Here's the Ichimoku cloud here. Here's the other Ichimoku. Here's one. Here's the other one. So they're not the exact same because crypto has double settings because crypto doesn't close. The market's open 24/7. Stack more BTC, not more fiat. Absolutely. The fiat is just to stack more BTC or ETH or DOT or KSM or any of the majors, ADA, Solana, Strax, Sharing, Luna, BNB, AVX. These are blue chips. These will Long term, do well. You don't have to stress. A DeFi shitcoin, you're rolling the dice. That's the truth. All right, here we go. Sheldon also shows 1 hour chart a lot more, not as reliable. Quite a few people were complaining he was wrong. He looks at the 1 hour when the bigger time frames look weak. Yeah, I'm not here to hate on Sheldon, man. It's a lot of pressure that people put on this guy, man. Like, he's young. He's a great guy. I really, really respect Sheldon. He's a good guy. He's a good person, good heart. But there's a lot of pressure on him, man. And now people expect him to make all these calls. And, you know, that's hard. Look, the first time I had to be put on that kind of pressure, I didn't do well. It's hard to do well with that because you have responsibility for a lot of people, and now people expect it. So let's not hate on Sheldon because he used the 1 hour. It works for him most of the time. There's no right or wrong way to trade. I trade on the high time frames because it makes me far more accurate than most other people. That's why I trade on the high time frames. That's all. Keep it simple. How many trades have I made in the last week? 4. 4 trades in a week. 4. And 2 of them were on vacation. They were made on 25th of May. So I'm not in any rush, guys. That's the piece that I'm trying to get to. Don't be in a rush. Coach, what indicator do you suggest is a must use? I really only use the Ichimoku Cloud. So you can find it. It's called, you look up Ali's. This is my friend Ali. She made this specific Ichimoku. It has a little bit of extra things. Ali Ichimoku Cloud, get it. I find it does everything that I need, and it already has the right settings for crypto, which is nice. And then really the other major ones that I use are levels, drawing the levels, looking at the chart, like looking at the candlesticks. And that's pretty much it. Levels, candlesticks, which is price action, and a couple EMAs. That's 100 EMA, 200 EMA, and 21 EMA. Gives me some perspective on what's happening on the chart for the last 21 days, 100 days, and 200 days, the average of that, so I can see where we're looking at, where that dynamic support or resistance is. No. I hate to say it because Rand used to be a lot better when his channel was smaller. I don't know about that. I think there's just more people and the market's just more down now. So people are more negative, and that negative connotation filters into a lot of people. And that's what happens, honestly. Do your own research. Absolutely. Great point. Ichimoku is definitely the best. ERN. Okay, you want me to show you ERN? Let me show you ERN. I'm going to show you ShopX too. ShopX had a release of tokens yesterday. I started looking into this. You guys want to know something really interesting? ShopX only shows $32,000 of actual liquidity because it's showing version 2 liquidity. They upgraded their liquidity to version 3 and it doesn't show on the chart. So nobody is really trading ShopX because of that. Because their liquidity is not on V2 and it's all showing V2. So honestly, ShopX, I'm massively bullish. Massively bullish. Honestly, it's just sad to see people be giving up on projects that haven't even been out for half of a year. Half a year. ERN's been out for how many months? Here, April, March 31st, May 31st, June 31st. We're on January 2nd. Come on, give the people a break here. you gotta give them a chance to really spread their wings and fly. And you know, the crypto market is so you guys are spoiled. We're all spoiled little brats, because we all got in the crypto market, right? And we were doing 50x's, 100x's, 70x's, and we felt like fucking chads. And so should we. What am I seeing on ERN? So remember, every single time they do sales, there's buybacks. That's number 1. Number 2, when people find out what they can do with their stones, that will come back. There are massive people that haven't been named yet because they're waiting for timing. There are CXs coming. There is the stone farming event coming. There is a lot coming. So just chillax. All is okay. Love banter too, and thanks for not shitting on others. Karma. Dude, there's no reason to shit on any other people, man, because look at this. There's going to be a time where I have a streak of bad trades. Does that mean I'm a bad trader? No, it means I have drawdown like every trader does. That's part of the game. Whether you can handle that or not is what makes you a trader or a gambler. Gamblers usually revenge trade until the point where they have no money. Traders take a step back, look at the same trade again as if they didn't see it originally, and say, is that a good trade or a bad trade? And why? That's the difference between a real trader and a not real trader. All right. I didn't get hate or banter crew. We all here. Yeah, we're all family, man. No worries. Don't have to hate on anybody. Everyone is working together for the same thing in crypto. And that's why I never understood how much hate there is for everybody. Dude, we're all trying to do this. We all believe in what crypto means, the whole conceptualization behind it. Yet for some reason, all we do is fight each other, get mad at each other, and have egos. It's just sad, man. Like, we don't need all that. Send dick to the moon. I still have some. It was the funniest chart ever. But this is the problem with a lot of these coins, man. Like, we're buying a coin called Dick, really? Like, come on. It's kind of silly. ShopX is going to have its time. If you guys own one of these bad boys, if you guys own an Oculus Quest 2, man, all these crypto projects are going to blow your effing minds. The Metaverse stuff that's coming is sick. Sick. Oh my goodness, so exciting, seriously. So we have so much coming, and with ShopX, yo, if you guys have never used an Oculus Quest, go buy one. Go buy one and use it, seriously. Because you'll be wearing this, see yourself in the store, grab the shirt, like, bing, grab the shirt, put it on, and look at yourself in the mirror and see your, like, next level stuff coming from ShopX, man. You gotta see the big picture. Big picture here. All right, let me just see how much I'm doing for time. I got 2 minutes left and I'm going. So I'll get this last one from Anthony and then I'll see you guys tomorrow on the live feed. Or tomorrow we're not doing live. We're going to be doing a recorded, but I'll see you guys tomorrow then. Hello, coach. Do you know what's happening with EVN? I see the token on Zerion has been confirmed. Voyage and Zerion. Okay, EVN, Evolution Finance. I know the team of this. EVN and EVNY are absolute Chad coins. They have been crushing. They have this whole system built in. Remember, this started at $1. Okay, so this is $1. It's $400 right now after the dump. And then they have EVNY, EVNY, and that's their liquidity token. It's like kind of like a locked liquidity token, like kind of like how Core works. And that one's there forever. And like that's $1,400, man. Like, this is one of the only projects that I held 100% and lost basically nothing. I'm still in profit. Beautiful. The people that are behind this one, some people gave you a lot of hate, but I love you all. You killed it. I know some of you are watching. You killed it. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. Tomorrow we're going to come on and get some more stuff for you. So don't go anywhere. You know, don't be a stranger. I love all you guys. Appreciate all you for being here. Don't forget to smash that like and the subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to look at more data and more stuff happening in the market live for all of you. Much love. Peace out. I'm Coach K.